as well. This is an elimination match. One of these two teams will be going home. Make some noise in the crowd. Let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know in the chat as well who you want to win this one. Is it Luminosity or Red Reserve? We're going to London Docks. It's Hardpoint, and we're kicking this one off with the one and only. It's John. And he's going to be hitting that mid-map, getting first blood on Joe. Looking for a second, but going to get a nade over the top and have some support there as well. And he picks up that double, but Zero's going to cut down JCap.
Red Reserve, this is where they breed confidence. This is the loser's bracket. We got the Bravo boys behind us as well, guys. We can't wait for this one. Red Reserve are going to be opening up the opening points here. And there is such a different team than they were yesterday. We've seen some lackluster performances. It really was poor from them. But coming into this game, they've looked pretty good in their previous series against Ghost, and they've opened this one up quite nicely.
Yes, they have. You see Red Reserve getting on top of that hill with a nice commanding lead. You're going to have a few players from Luminosity inside that barrel building. John looking to get up. Slack's going to be there having his back as well. 13 seconds of scrap time left on this one. But you're going to see Slack, he's going to fall in that one. Now when it comes down to the rotation, Red Reserve is going to be in a good position, but Zero is going to be able to find a double before he goes down. Both teams fighting for position over this hill. And now you're going to have a few Red Reserve players actually spawn towards that dock side. So they're going to be a little bit out of position, but they don't want to hit this hill just yet. Both teams trying to get some kills.
This is fine for Red Reserve. They can try and push it from this side. Now the rest of the team need to win because there has been a split spawn here. We can see Joe's waiting on it. Scraps wins the gunfight against JCap here. They're coming now. Joe's going to engage. Perfect from Red Reserve.
And you're going to see that's going to be 3 kills for them. Number 8 is going to be Joe. He's going to be pushing up, trying to get some map control, but John was waiting for him, taking some damage as well. This is going to be hard for Luminosity to break through this back end. They're going to get hit by a few stuns as well, but it looks like easy work for Luminosity. They find a wipe. That's going to be 4 in their favor. Now looking to get some good time to try to tie this one up. But Red Reserve, they being resilient, but off the flip side, it's Formal picking up another double of his own. 12 points left in this one. Now we're about to start to see these rotations.
It's all been scrapped so far, 10 and 5 out of him. And he was a player. Oh my God, Zero flying up Docks and flying bullets into John. But Scraps is having a great game as well, and Zero just keeps going.
Of Luminosity winning any of these gunfights against Zero. He finds 4 in a row. In an annoying position. Can he get the 5th? He cannot. Slack shuts him down. But Red Reserve getting a lot of time off this hill so far. Joe putting himself in an advantageous position, but he's going to fall now. Luminosity is going to have some control. Things are going to start to slow down here a little bit. Scraps is going to make sure his team can secure these back barrel spawns as well. He needs to make sure he stays alive.
Yeah, now this is when Red Reserve tried to make the engagements. They were all going from behind, actually. They probably think there's a pinch of Red Reserve. Have played this well. John, has he read it? Yes, he has. He finds 2, but Zero and Scraps are still here. The shot's going in. JCap is going to better them, and it's a good hold from Luminosity. There's still 20 points to play for here, and they should pick up the rest. Red Reserve do have spawns from Barrel, though, so they won't be too bothered about that. Looking towards the scoreboard for me, though, guys. JCap is working on some streaks. Scraps is playing well, though. He's one of those players who didn't have a great time yesterday, but we know what he can do when he's trying. Zero having a good game as well. Look at Joe. Joe 4 and 11 for me, not good enough, but Slack at this moment in time pushing around the back of ours.
And there you go, you see Slack, he's being annoying towards this train side. Red Reserve, they didn't choose to fight for that scrap time, they chose to get set up, and it's looking like it's working out for him so far. They're gonna have somewhat of a split spawn so far, but it's gonna be Zero. He's holding off strong in his hill. He's gonna have some help from Rated as well, but Luminosity is gonna be able to take down Rated. But still, nobody in this hill. 30 points, a lot of time left. JCap fighting for position. He finds another double. And Luminosity looking to break in through this front door, but it's not going to be an easy break. Both teams trading off the kill. JCap finds another one. He goes down. Slack trades it out as well. It's going to be up to Scraps in the back, and he goes down. 20 points left in this one. Luminosity will secure those back spawns as well. Red Reserve spawning towards the bottom of the map. They're going to have all their players start to focus on this crane hill where JCap is already going to be set up.
Zero just got 2 on the flip, and he should be able to pick up that scrap. So Red Reserve are still going to have the spawns that they want. They should be able to pick up the majority of the scrap as well.
This is going to be good.
Yeah, they flipped it back from Luminosity, flipping back to Barrel. So that worked out for Red Reserve. Zero went in there, picked up 2 from mid-map. It got a hold of a couple of points. So Red Reserve still with the lead, and they've got the spawns that they want. They spawn directly in front of Slack, so they won't be expecting it. Rated should be able to clean that up and does so. Now they need to control fire here if they can. John's going to run in, does get taken down by the nade, but JCap is there to follow up. Rated might be able to do something about that. He can't. JCap pushing through. Joe deals with him just about in time.
And there you see Luminosity working together. Joe, big double. Formal watching John's back, and he gets 1, and he gets 2. Jeez. He knows the 3rd is somewhere close by, but he can't find him in time. But Slack is there. He's going to finally fall. Red Reserve picking up some good time off this Docks crane hill. But the question is, how much can they get?
My.
And it's looking like they're going to get the big majority, even though Luminosity getting a lot of key kills. 13 points just left in this one. Joy still in an annoying position. He finally falls. So the rest of that time will go towards Luminosity. They will be down by just 10 points in this one. Now moving towards our second rotation in heals, going towards the statue. John, it will die to that nade. Nobody in a good position just yet. You see a few players from Luminosity front fire. JCap actually towards the dock stairs. That's going to be 3 kills going in favor of Red Reserve, and they're just slaying out.
John's having a good game at 20 and 20 right now. Plenty of interactions, but it's pretty even across the board. Zero's having a great game as well. Red Reserve with a slight lead. The slaying tells that picture as well. JCap now trying to push up towards stairs, but I really like what Red Reserve did there on Crane. You don't see people pick up, pick up many points on that hill. They picked up at least 20 or 30, which is really good for their lead. It's extending here now. Statue is Zero does take down Formal. JCap and Slap are making work of Red Reserve here right now, though, and Slack gets another good stuff from him. He's performed so well this week, Slack.
He really has, man. He has stepped it up for his team, getting his job done. But it seems like, you know, just when you think Luminosity is going to get a good hold on one of these hills, Red Reserve just comes through and slays them out. Scraps just found another double as well. So you're going to see both these teams start fighting for this Main Street hill. And Scraps, he gets another double. You can tell he does not want to be eliminated just yet. Fighting for the tournament life of Red Reserve. He's going to be patient, wait for some other players to get in position. He's going to have some help from Joe. Scrap may push out. You see number 2 in your mini-map, JCap. He's in an interesting spot. He's going to be pushed through, but Rated will find him. You almost had Luminosity get Red Reserve in a pinch and kind of keep them towards that mid-map. Red is going to have to flood through that archway. They're going to have some pressure from Joe in the back. Just under 30 points left available in his hill. And Luminosity is Formal. He's holding off strong, and that's going to be a double to get the rest of this time. And it looks like from the mini-map that Red Reserve don't even want to contest the rest of this. So even after that rotation, this matchup is still going to be even. Neither one of these teams can get a good solid hold on one of these hills.
Red Reserve had a pretty decent lead there as well, and Luminosity have properly chipped away at it. Scraps was going off, and JCap made an important kill on the rotation to try and take him down as they got the Main Street there as well. But we move over to Docks now. Red Reserve have a pretty nice setup. They got players coming off spawn though. Zero's going to be late to the party, but Scraps is there causing all sorts of problems. He does get that kill in the middle as well. Here comes Slag. This will be an important kill for Rated in the making. He makes it his second as well. John going down. Red Reserve in control of the Docks. They're making the kills where they need to here, Red Reserve.
Last time it was Luminosity getting the most of the time off of this Docks hill. You see Rated. He's going to be close to those streaks. This would be a big kill for him, but Slack, he found the angle through that window trying to stay alive. Gets that pistol. He takes down Scrap. Now Luminosity pushes through, and they should get the rest of this time on barrels. It looks like Red Reserve, they know how hard this matchup's going to be, so they don't want to waste any time fighting for scrap time. They just want to make sure that they get good rotations, get set up for these next few hills, and you see Slack. Once again, he gets another, he gets an influential triple kill to wipe out Red Reserve, and those spawns are going to start coming in from the bottom half of the map. Zero being patient, though.
JCap doesn't know he's there, and Zero's waiting for these spawns now, so the pinch will develop. If he can get this kill on John, it'll be massive. He does go down, but it's distracted Luminosity enough that Red Reserve can push through. They're going to be there first as well. The reinforcements coming from mid. We can see Scraps is sitting waiting, but look at Formal. He is beaming right now. Joe and Rated, and Zero line them all up, finds 3. The glide bomb actually coming in. Who's that from? It
big kills that Formal. He's close to these streaks. Oh, but he's going to fall to Joe. So no streaks on the side of Luminosity. 30 points left in barrel building. Red Reserve currently controlling it. Scraps, he's going to pepper up both these players, but couldn't get it. JCap finds the double. Now Luminosity, 20 points left in that one. You're going to have a spawn towards the back though. Zero, he's going to end up breaking that. He's going to make sure Luminosity can't get all of that time.
So Luminosity have flipped it. Red Reserve will get the final 10 scrap. But Luminosity, good stuff from that. If they can capitalize on this as much as Red Reserve did previously when they were Crane, then they can cause some problems. But John causing all sorts of problems in Docks. But we've seen Red Reserve pick up a lot of time on Crane last time. If Luminosity can do the same, they could tie this up.
I tweeted last night, John just has one job at Champ, and that's to kill everybody, any and everything that's in his way, and he has proved to be doing that. You see him currently, he's going to have 65 engagements, getting knocked off a 4 streak, but JCap's actually on a 5 streak. We'll see how close he can get. Formal got a good hold inside of fire. That's going to be a fully streaked out JCap as well. This is going to be good for Luminosity going into the late game. They're going to also have a good control on Crane as well. Slack finds another double kill. Luminosity getting a lot of time off the Crane hill, and Formal has himself in a power position, still staying alive. He's going to be almost halfway to streaks, but Luminosity, they already have a full set in JCap's hand. We'll see how they want to use them in the upcoming seconds. But Formal, he's looking to get streaked out as well. Luminosity looking to make this comeback and get one of their lead, I think maybe their first lead in the game.
It will be. This could turn the tide. Red Reserve are being in control pretty much all of it. Red Reserve, though, have allowed Luminosity to get some streaks. They've allowed Formal to hit up. They've allowed Slack to get into them as well. But it's going to be Formal and JCap that's causing so many problems. John inside of Docks now just trying to do what they can do. Red Reserve still very momentarily as Luminosity take the lead for the first time. Red Reserve need to battle back now, but they've got to go up against streaks as well here, guys.
So this hill is going to be towards mid-map. Luminosity just got their first lead of the game. It's about to go back in favor. Now JCap's starting to use some of these streaks. The fighter pilot, and he gets nothing off that one, but he still has 2 more to use. He's going to be able to scare some of the players off that statue, though. Now, Red Reserve in that position. Luminosity starting to set up a main street. That's going to be a big double for players to get in position and start getting set up. But they're still very aggressive because they know that they got the spawns locked down. So even if Slack was to die in this position, he's going to spawn up with the rest of his teammates, but he's going to make sure he locks down Cole. Formal's going to get the call out that these players are going to be spawning towards the dock side. So Luminosity's going to try to get this pinch. You're going to see those 2 Red Reserve players off the back end, and that's actually going to be a beautiful barrage. Great awareness there by JCap. Great placement. Red Reserve are going to try to fly through this one and get some positioning, but Luminosity is waiting for him.
Zero just needs to stay alive here and wait on the rest of his team doing something. They're not able to do it. John picks up 2 at gate. The artillery's gone now. Luminosity will take the lead momentarily. Zero is here and waiting. Red Reserve are just waiting for the pinch, but here comes a glide bomb. It's going to get at least 1 rate. It goes down. Zero's there. He needs to go massive. He finds one. He's got a teammate with him as well. Who's going to be able to clean that up? Nobody. John finds one as well. Luminosity back inside the hard point and back in the lead.
Now, there's going to be 15 points left in that one, but Red Reserve is thinking about the long game. They know that Luminosity cannot win off this hill, so Red is going to set up into the Docks warehouse. Both these teams have had great setups, no streaks on the board for anyone. It's going to all come down to these last few gunfights. Now the hill is going to be moved to the dock side. Red Reserve starting to pick up time. They're holding off strong. We're going to see if Luminosity can get a break. Slack does find a kill. Luminosity working together to see if they can break in. That's going to be a great kill by Formal. Another one by JCap. Now they have the right to push. Can Red Reserve hold them off, but Formal finds another one.
Oh, the kills are coming in LG's favor. Zero gets in, and it's a tie game. Red Reserve all pushing the man. That's going to be the problem here is John, he's in mid-map, but look at Slack!
Slack picking it big, and that's going to be a wipe. Red Reserve, I don't think they can make it in. Luminosity fights back from behind and takes map number 1.
What a map from Luminosity. Formal's getting hyped, and this is trouble for Red Reserve. I was thinking to myself when I look at the maps, which we'll show you guys in a second, I thought LG might take map number 1. I did think that this could be theirs, but for me, Red Reserve were in control most of it, and the streaks really didn't do a great deal either, so Red Reserve have got a lot to think about after that one, but what a great game between these 2. A fantastic map number 1.
That was, and you know, it came down to that last rotation. It was a back and forth battle between these guys, and then it was a back and forth battle between these guys, and then on that one, you saw it came down to the Docks warehouse. Red Reserve, they got that early setup, but they cannot hold it. Formal got a few big double kills to break on through and help Luminosity get into that hill.
And one of the things I seen actually on the minimap, I think it was John who made a massive kill in middle. I think it was maybe on the rated or scraps, but there was somebody sat up in middle in barrels from Red Reserve, and they were ready to then push forward, but then John gets the kill, and then the pinch was available, and then Slack just went huge. A close map number 1 though. Red Reserve will not be deterred too much. It'll hurt because it was close, but they know it was close, so we know it's going to be a good series. St. Marie Dumont Search and Destroy will be coming up next. Flak Tower, CTF, and if we need them, we will see Valkyrie Hardpoint and London Docks Search and Destroy. That was actually Luminosity's pick there.
Yeah.
So they picked the Hardpoint. Red Reserve will have picked the Search and Destroy. The CTF obviously is a bit of a mix-up between the 2. It's sort of just to pick what you want, but then we will see Valk Hardpoint, which is Red Reserve's pick. Now, they need to get a map to make sure they get there and try and force a map number 5. The CTF, I'm not feeling good about them, so I really do need to see them win this S&D.
Yeah, this S&D is going to be everything, and both these teams are very, very talented, but it's going to come down to, I honestly feel like you can kind of take the stats from the rest of the tournament and throw them out the window, okay? Because now with the pressure on both these teams trying to advance forward to Championship Sunday in this match, everything is on the line. So we're going to see a different type of caliber gameplay coming out for everybody. So the question is, who's going to come out on top with this S&D?
I tell you what, if Formal is playing the way that he's been playing this weekend, then it's going to be a problem.
Look at those stats.
Look at those numbers.
Look at it. And it just shows how well he has been doing. It just shows that he's trying to be a back-to-back COD champion and get another ring. He got his first ring last year. The question is, can he get two? Can he help JCap get his third? Can he help John get his second and Slack get his first? Luminosity, they've been making a run all weekend long, but they can't let their foot off the gas. They need to make it to Sunday.
They can't. This is going to be one of their harder games. Of course, going up against Rise was a massive one, but they're inconsistent. I will say that about Luminosity. They've looked at this weekend, but they go into a game against Elevate, one of the AM teams, and they lose that 3-0, but then they reverse sweep Rise. So
wake up call.
You just don't know what Luminosity you're going to get from map to map. That's the thing. They got smoked in the first two maps against Rise, and then suddenly they just flick the switch. They have to be careful not to flick the switch in the opposite direction.
Exactly. And the one thing about Luminosity is that they may have been consistent on some of these teams, but you can also say that they have had composure. All right. Also, they're fighting a Red Reserve who is completely deadly in the losers bracket. We've seen them make so many loser bracket runs throughout this season. Now, this is their last matchup. It was in CWL Anaheim, where you saw a 3-1 victory in favor of Red Reserve.
And this is what I mean. They win the Valkyrie Hardpoint. Red Reserve are sensational at that map. London Docks Search and Destroy will be the last map if we get there. 6-5 to Luminosity previously. Docks Capture the Flag, that's not in. Ardenne Forest Hardpoint, not in either. So take what you want from that, but you would favor Luminosity if we get last map from those stats. But again, around 11 there between these two, it's going to be close all the way through here, guy.
Luminosity off to a hot start, but that first map was a dogfight. And you guys, we will want it no other way, especially between these two teams. They've had phenomenal seasons across the board. Luminosity getting a win in this season. That was in Birmingham. And Red Reserve, they haven't found a win yet, but if they can do it at COD Champs, I'm pretty sure the rest of the season will be forgiven. This team has been so resilient. None of these guys want to give up.
No, absolutely not. And this is where their bread and butter is. You know, Red Reserve, they're good in the losers bracket. They're happy. Well, they're not happy to be here, but they're happy in the environment that stands in front of them. Going up against Luminosity, they beat them a few times. They beat them the last couple of times they played against them, actually. So it's an interesting one to see. I did expect Luminosity to take that first map. I said beforehand, I think Red will take it 3-1. If they don't take it 3-1, though, I do believe Luminosity can take it in the last map, but it's going to be tight. It comes down to see if Red Reserve have stepped up their CTF game.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at Flag Tower, so if they can get themselves back in that CTF game, then it's going to be interesting. But for me, I still think they need to win this map as well.
And we saw the last time that they played, Red Reserve actually won that CTF. But you also got JCap on the other end. And we know how well he's been playing in CTF all tournament long. Folks, we're hopping in map number 2. It's Red Reserve versus Luminosity. Make some noise. Let us know who you want to win in the crowd, in the chat. One of these two teams are going home with a top 8 finish. We're going to be starting this one off with Red Reserve on the offensive side, and it's looking like they're going to start to prioritize that A-bomb site first.
They did this against Elevate. Expect smokes to go out. There's the mid-map one from Rated. He'll watch the cross. Are LG ready? The smoke is at the back. The answer is no. Now, Red Reserve, they tend to push out. They expand out big style. If LG watch their game against Elevate, they were ready for this. We can see Formal's already heading towards the back. This is a huge gunfight. Formal's going to catch Joe there, and he's going to be able to get towards the back barn. Scraps is now going to a massive job. Is he going to find Formal? Formal finds the second.
That little crouch, that little movement to dodge the headshot of Scraps and stay alive. And Zero finds John, but he's looking to even the odds. But Formal, that's 3 in a round so far. Can he get the ace in the defuse? He'll be so close to streaks. If Luminosity get those streaks early on, that's going to be so scary. He spots Raiden. He's going to force him out to the right, and he said, Slack, get off the bomb. That's mine. Get off of it. Drops the ace in round number 1. Ice in his veins.
And if Joe gets that first kill at Barn, that round doesn't happen for Luminosity. A 4v3 retake in Red's favor there. is very, very difficult for Luminosity to do. I seen Red do that previously against Elevate. LG read it like a book. They send Formal towards the back. As soon as he makes that kill, it pinches on. Great stuff from Formal. 1-0 Luminosity. Red Reserve bruised already.
All right, let's see. Red is definitely going to be looking out for Formal in this one. They know how close he is to Streaks, but he's going to take the bomb. It looks like Luminosity prioritizing a bomb site, looking to go in and get a quick plant. But it's looking like actually Red was assuming they knew that Luminosity was going to want to get a quick plant for Formal, but it looks like they thought it was going to be on the B bomb site. Zero gets first blood in this one, but we know how deadly Johnny is with his snipe in this position.
Yeah, the thing is they've stacked in mid, so when you go to mid, you can really get towards B quickly. You can go to A quickly. It's like not putting all your chickens in one basket, isn't it? It's all your eggs in one basket, not your chickens. Ooh! Oh my god, speaking of chickens, second heads, oh my god, Zero just about goes down.
Don't do it to him, John. I think he wants to. He's eyeing him. He's gonna see if he can get a hit mark with that nade. He cannot. Formal is so weak though, and J-Cap's gonna have his back. He's gonna try to clear out this space. John looks like he may want to rotate over. He's still watching that main street, trying to distract Joe up top. He's gonna miss that shot, but he will inform them that Joe has hopped out of that power position, so Formal can get the plant. J-Cap finds another kill. Now 2v1, bomb down. All gonna be up to Joe. Formal sees him, but that's a huge kill for Joe.
That's a massive kill by Joe there because he stops him. It's just the glide bomb. So even if Red Reserve do lose this round, they can take something away from it, but there's still time. There's plenty of time. 30 seconds to go. Joe versus Jake.
Uh-oh, the timing.
He turns around at the wrong time, but does he know it's there?
Uh-oh.
Joe.
Uh-oh.
So tense between these two now. Jake
he's gonna get him. It's gonna work out. Both players just narrowly missing each other off those sight lines, but the timing goes in favor of J-Cap, and Luminosity takes a 2-0 lead in this one, and they do have that glide bomb in the back pocket.
I think the fact that Joe gets there from middle without being spotted from the side where J-Cap is works in J-Cap's favor, because then Joe is like, well, he mustn't be there because he would have spotted me there now. He should be barn side. That's why he goes for the defuse straight away. Doesn't work out. Luminosity 2-0, but as said, Red Reserve did stop the bleeding with Formal. He is not going to have anything more than a glide bomb now, and they will know that by now.
You got to be worried about J-Cap on the 3 streak now. This is the power position from Zero. Gonna just miss that one on Slack.
Misses the shot. Slack has to be very, very careful going up top. I'm curious if John's sniping on the other side of things. He's lingering. No, he's not. Okay, he does have a sniper PPSH out, sorry. So 4 versus 4, still a bit of a stalemate in this round.
This bomb is gonna be in the hands of Rated. So Red Reserve creeping up through mid-map, not spotted just yet. Zero's gonna try to hop up, gonna watch these stairs, gonna watch up top. He's gonna see the nade up. I think they may have got a hit marker, so he knows that somebody's gonna be top red. Formal, the transition comes from Red Reserve towards the A bomb site. Formal finds one, but Rated retaliates. Zero gets a snipe on John. Man advantage, Red Reserve, and you see Slack. He's like, I gotta get out of here, but he finds the kill on Zero. Challenges him.
I love this one, Red Reserve. Look at them. They've just completely went the other side of the map, but Rated.
Did he juke him? They did. Yeah. So Rated, he's gonna juke him. He's gonna get this bomb down. Nobody knows it. All of Luminosity looking towards the A site, but they're about to understand. They're about to figure out where Rated is, and they know he's on his B bomb site. What does Rated want to do?
Uh-oh. Oh, when he got the smoke out, it's perfect timing from Rated. And it's actually worked out as perfect cover.
J-Cap does not know which way he went. Maybe if they saw the kill cam, they can know that he kind of jumped up towards the end. J-Cap is going to try to read this like a buck. Can he do it again? No, he cannot. This time, Red Reserve gets another one on the board.
That is a huge round there. Rated 1v2. Shutting down streaks again. J-Cap was working on some. And Rated, that's a big kill to get there, especially when J-Cap's got the PPSH and he wins it with the STG.
Especially at that distance.
Huge round, huge round.
All right, Rated. Cool, calm, and collected. Red Reserve get one on the board, and they do not let this one spiral out of control. Currently, Luminosity leading 1-0 in the map count. It's going to be Luminosity on the offensive round. We'll see which bomb site they want to prioritize. It's looking like the B. They're going to try to hit this one hard. The glide bomb is still going to be in the back pocket of Formal. It looks like both teams will dodge each other, but they're going to see Rated is going to recognize all those nades out. So you see at the mini-map, those Red Reserve members are going to start to move for this flank. We'll see if anybody from Luminosity is going to recognize it in time.
Slack missed them. He checked it, and they just got past. So that bomb's going to go down. Red Reserve are going to take their time here. They've got 45 seconds to play
coming in. Joe's going to start it off. Nade over the top. He's going to just miss Formal, but he's going to see him and win the gunfight. The nade does connect. Great synergy between Joe and Scraps. They're going to push in. They see Slack. He's going to fall. 4v1, but John finds one. He finally goes down. The defuse comes through, and Red Reserve is going to tie this one up 2-2.
Picture perfect. In terms of a retake, fantastic by Red Reserve. As soon as Joe gets around behind and makes that initial kill onto maybe Formal, I think it was, then the glide bomb's gone. It's out of the equation, and Red Reserve just need to retake it. They pinch him from both sides. It comes down there to Slack, just missing them. Two of them going around by the... anyway, they flagged. They flagged. That's the point.
They got it. But, you know, that was just, you know, rated. That was a beautiful call about him because he the one that started that one. He recognized all those needs coming over the top. He says, hey, they're stacking a B bomb site. Great flank. And now in this one, it looks like it's going to be Red Reserve stacking that bomb site based off the mini-map. You still got some Luminosity players. They're going to be over there on that A side. Big gunfight. It goes in favor of Slack. Scraps can't win that one, but the bomb is down. In Red Reserve, they're actually going to move out of that site.
They completely give it up.
Himself.
They've completely given it up. Rated still working on streaks as well, so they want to try and work around that. Oh, no, he's not. It's actually going to be Joe working on streaks, sorry, but look at this.
Luminosity has used all their utility as well.
But Luminosity, they're all inside the bomb site. Joe's going to run around. It's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. J-Cap catches him, though. The fish splashes back. Formal gets 0 and Rated now in a 1 versus 4.
They say Formal, come get this bomb. Oh, no, they're actually going to give it to John. All right. He's going to take that one. The glide bomb still in the back pocket for Formal as well. LG up 3-2 on this one, but we know that this one is going to be a dogfight. Both these teams have had phenomenal seasons thus far. One of them leaving with a top 8 finish, and I'm pretty sure, you know, that's probably one that we would not have predicted.
Absolutely not, but I think that just the way that this is working out, you know, the way that this whole event has went, it's really not a surprise anymore, is it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's getting to this point now when nothing will surprise me.
Now, granted, Luminosity has had their struggles, especially not making the Stage 2 playoffs, but they've been playing so phenomenal all weekend long where, you got to be rooting for them. But Red, you know, they've ended so many tournament dreams through this losers bracket. Bombs down, 4v4 situation as well. The nades come out for both sides. The smoke's going to hit the ground. The retake's about to come through. Rated is going to get first blood in the round. John can't even eyes just yet. But here comes a lot of Red Reserve members jumping out of up top. 3v1 situation up to Formal. He gets another one, but can't get the next. Red Reserve is going to get the defuse and start to tie this one up 0 on a 3 streak.
This will be the 3rd time Red Reserve have had a player very close to streaks. 0 is going to be close. And it's just come down to those small little moments, even when they've won rounds and players going down that, you know, working on those streaks, maybe protect them a little bit more. There's a couple of times they would have had opportunities in this one, and they'll be kicking themselves if they don't win the map. I feel like they really do need the map as well going into CTF.
They may opt, well, I was going to say they may opt to use the glide bomb in this round just to make sure they can secure the lead, but we're going to see how the first blood goes, which direction. Haven't seen John with that sniper out since the, you know, first 2 rounds or so.
Scraps has to be careful here. Doesn't really have much cover, and he's got J-Cap to his left, but I love what they've done. 0 pushes through,
Quick
0 plants the bomb.
They're going to have everybody back out too.
But look at 2 players over towards A. Those 2 are just going to hit the flank. I don't think Formal will look back there. This is so smart from Red Reserve. Are they going to catch Formal? Joe, no! Oh, he's calling it in as well. If he doesn't get it.
He doesn't see him.
What the hell is going on?
He still doesn't see him. 4v4. The glide bomb is missed.
But Formal didn't see him.
So he was in the glide bomb.
So he didn't see him?
Nah, yeah, and they didn't see him. First blood goes to John. Second blood goes to J-Cap. Bomb down, 15 seconds on the clock. They're going to push out the last player, and that's going to be a wipe off the side of Red Reserve. Luminosity goes up in this one, 4-3.
Oh,
I thought he saw his foot.
God, how did he not see him? If he sees him, the round's over.
He's going to be shaking his head
when
when he
There'll
goes
be 2
back.
of them on the pinch in a 4v3 to retake the site. You'd like to think they get it.
I still don't think they...
I mean, it would have still been difficult.
But the thing is, I still don't think they know that he was there.
They don't. They don't.
When
but
they
the
go back
thing
and
is,
watch it,
because Formal was in the glide bomb.
Yeah.
So he didn't see him either.
It's just how that timing worked out. Now Luminosity bomb in hand. They're going to be taking it towards this A site. Actually, as I say that, going to kind of rotate it back towards middle. Red Reserve stacked through this restaurant and off the B bomb site as well. Both these teams have not spotted each other just yet, but they see the directions in which these nades are coming from, and Scraps gets first blood. Rated, J-Cap, they lock eyes, and Rated is going to back up, and Slack evens the odds.
Joe's up top here. I don't think I've ever seen a plan executed so badly.
Number 3.
And so
Number
well.
3 is on a pinch.
Oh,
Zero. He's going to get slacked.
So there you go. They found themselves in a really good position here. And we got raided all the way at the back.
Formal is thinking a pinch may come through, but Zero's just going to double back towards that B bomb site. Formal and JCap just split apart. They're going to end up meeting raided at some time.
Oh, JCap's going to take a lot of bullets as well, so they know that raided is back there. It's a must-win round for Red Reserve.
The bomb needs to go down as soon as possible. JCap's going to see raided, and yes, it will. Question is, can JCap stay alive? He's going to put himself in an annoying position, but he gets spotted with that nade. So Red knows it. Joe knows it as well, but Joe isn't ready for it.
JCap
Zero
goes down.
is, though.
JCap goes down, so they hunt him out. They only lose Joe, so it's not the worst in the world, but Formal has found himself in a good position.
The defending champion looking to clutch up the 1v2. Can he do it? Bombs down. The defuse comes through. I think it's going to happen. Formal's not in position. He wants to check it. His senses are tingling, but is he going to make it a tap? He will not.
Bravo,
Red.
boys. Don't you be calling that out. Leave this fair.
Red
Come on now.
Ties it up 4-4.
I hear you.
Ton calling out the Bravo boys in the crowd.
I'm telling them.
Here we go. All right, 4v4. This one is going to go down the wire. The last time these two teams played, it came down to round 11, in which Luminosity won. It's looking like we may go the distance once again.
I just feel like the pressure's more on Red Reserve here. Going against Luminosity in the CTF is going to be so difficult, but JCap going down scraps his grenade, and that tagged by Zero lets them know somebody else is there without mounting as well.
They're saying, hey, we got the man advantage, Joe. If he gets to this power position, that's going to give Red Reserve the right to planet A. He's going to say, hey, I got the angle. Just going down, get the bomb down as well.
He's good up here. They're going to go for the A plant. Okay, he's going to give it up, but he knows there's nobody in and around that area now.
Do you agree with giving it up?
He's going to PPSH, okay. So I think if he had an AR, he would have stayed up there, but sticking in and around the area, though, that's the main thing. It's going to be up to John and Formal to try and retake 2v4.
If there's any two players on Luminosity can do it, it's definitely these guys.
Formal trying to make the push. Raided catches him. John now in a 1 versus 4.
This is a big round. Red Reserve goes to match point. Can they tie the series 1-1? No streaks on the side for either team. This one is coming down to the wire. This is a close one.
It's a very tense game. Luminosity now need 2 rounds off the bounce to take the map. Red Reserve need 1 round to level the series up.
All right, Luminosity on the offensive round. I'm gonna get this bomb and start prioritizing the A. No, actually gonna go down mid-map. Trying to fill out their opponent first. That's going to be a good smoke.
That's not a good stun, though, by John. It's going to slow him down. Raided. Opens up with first blood. John looking to kill on the scraps, and he gets it. 3v3.
The bomb is going to be down in a weird position, but it should be an easy grab. He's trying to grab it and just play his life, and he does.
Oh, Zero taking bullets as well, and JCap not going to get anything with that grenade, so Red survived. But because JCap's so pushed up, and now that Zero has to drop back, it gives them a lot of control of it. So they need to make the decision on what they're going to do. But is that the bait, though? John. He's not really the player you want with the bomb because he gets so aggressive. Raid is going to find Formal as well. They're going to know where John is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he should catch
He saw him. He did see him. He did see him.
Sees him. Raid goes down. 2 versus 2. Zero finds JCap.
Can he get the trade? John's looking like he wanted to almost hop out that window.
1v2 for John to keep Luminosity in this search and destroy.
I think he goes for it.
He has to. Red Reserve just have to play this slowly, stick
the
together.
Timing should work out. He should be able to get around and find a better position. He's actually going to run right into. Oh, he goes mid-map, so he does dodge him. He's being cautious, trying to see if somebody's going to check. He knows that the flank. Actually, I think he may have heard something.
He gets around.
Uh-oh, is the defuse coming through?
He sees the defuse. He's going to get it. Zero's
there as well. That's a bad man.
Johnny boy.
That's a bad man right there. Ice in his veins. We're going to a round 11, folks.
And that's a huge round. He's a kill off a glide bomb. John with the 1v2 to keep Luminosity in the map.
That's going to be... So he can't get too aggressive because even if he gets that entry kill and dies, that glide bomb is going to be useless. He's going to have to play his life smart. And he's actually... Yeah. Did he pull out the sniper? I think he did.
I think he did. He did.
Yeah, he knows he just needs the 1 kill. If he can get the snipe, he can almost guarantee a second kill for his team. John been sniping like a maniac all weekend long, and this could be the play. I think he saw a little something from Scraps.
Thing is, Red Reserve are a smart team. They will know that he's close to streaks because they've seen him go for the defuse. Well, sorry, didn't need to go for the
They're
defuse.
taking the safe route. They know
Yeah.
a lot of the locations in which he snipes from.
Bomb's going down. Red Reserve have got a lot. They're scared. They think he's already got something. We can see Red Reserve are sitting so far back. The bomb goes down in air. It's going to have to be a 4v4 retake. They're checking the corners. Jacob's there. He lines a couple up. Look at all the bullets
he
he's
peppers up
putting
the
in.
rest of them too, but Formal gets another man advantage in favor of Luminosity, and Formal finds another one. Rated to clutch up in this round 11. Can he do it? And he finds one. John still sniping hand, and Rated will go down to John off the last snipe. And I want to see that kill cam too. I'm not gonna HUD you up. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Woo! Oh! John knew it. He said, I'm gonna get that kill eventually.
A big map for John and LG to take.
Wow.
Red Reserve need the reverse sweep to stay in COD Champs 2018.
Now's the time to do it. They're gonna be scratching their heads off that last round. But a lot of clutch, especially they're gonna be actually scratching their heads from the round before when they were going for the defuse and John got that flank and won that 1v2.
There's that round, there's the round where Joe doesn't see Formal as well. Red Reserve have had the potential to win that and they will be kicking themselves if this is what's costing them this series. We now go into a game mode that they have only won once this weekend.
Oh, but folks, as you see, Luminosity up 2-0. When we come back, we'll see if Red Reserve can attempt the reverse sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's the Call of Duty World League Championship. It's Luminosity versus Red Reserve, and Luminosity are up 2-0. And you gotta give that man on your screen a lot of credit for that one. It's John. You see his stats for the weekend: 1.09 Hardpoint, S&D 1.24, and then the CTF 1.220. And I said, John, his only job is to kill everything in his sight this weekend, and he's been living up to that.
He's really doing a good job at it, and a smart search and destroy player as well. We've seen fantastic things for him, and it was really him who essentially won them that one. You know, it comes all the way down to round 10, and he gets that 1v2. Now, without that, we're at 1-1 now.
Now, to set the stage, going up into this Flak Tower, CTF, Red Reserve, their CTF this weekend throughout champs has been so-so. Now, explain that a little bit more to me, Tom.
I think they're 1-5 or 1-4.
Yeah.
I think what they played. No, they played 5 games, so they're 1-6, I should say, coming into this one. Of course, this is the 6th one they're going to play. I would say that realistically, Flak Tower is probably their best map. And I think it suits them, but going against John.
But beforehand, both these teams were very, well, at least Red, very, very talented at the CTF, but so far during champs, they're just 1-5, and we know how well Luminosity have been playing, especially with JCap on their team on any CTF game mode. He always finds a way to get the job done, and we'll see if Luminosity can close this one out, or will Red force the hard point? Would you think that they can win?
What I will say is Red are 1-1 today in CTFs.
That's true. That's a good way to look at it.
I don't know.
It's a good way to look at it.
Bravo crowd, get loud for these two teams.
Let us know in the chat who you guys want to win. Can Red make the reverse sweep? Or will Luminosity in this one 3-0 and make it to Championship Sunday?
Well, let's see. Red Reserve getting very aggressive straight off the off. Joe has just flew down the middle of the map, and he needs to win a couple of more gunfights, and he's won a second.
He won a couple, all right.
He gets a couple of bullets in, it's danger. But the thing is, what he's done there, he's forced them back. JCap, momentarily the only guy left alive, allows Red Reserve to pin Luminosity in this one.
JCap is being patient. Gonna have to reload that gun now. Now all his teammates will be spawned up, and as I say that, he will have 2 more to fall. That's gonna be 3 down. Red getting super aggressive, but Luminosity trying to make that defensive stand. It's gonna be Joe to pick up the flag, but Formal to take him out. And here comes Scraps. He's able to get it. Can he get through electric? Yes, he will. He's gonna have some cover. He's ducking, he's dodging. The pinch from Zero comes through, but number 3 is raided. He's there to help, but he gets flanked as well. Now, can Zero continue to do it? He's running, he has the cover, he turns, and he gets burned by John.
Luminosity do so well to recover that. It looked like a couple of moments that Red might just get away. Slacked, managing to pick up the kill onto Scraps when he pushed forward, and that was what started it. Red Reserve get the better of the first couple of minutes here. Luminosity are pushing forward. Scraps gets a couple of kills to work it out, and there's a lot of ARs coming out from Red Reserve. We've seen Scraps with a bar in his hands. So plenty of ARs coming out, which is a little bit strange for me. Formal has brought the bar out as well, but Scraps, they want to play this a little bit slowly. You can see Red Reserve, they're slowing it right down, which stops John being so effective for me. So let's see what they can do.
A lot of close and mid-range engagements on this map. That's why you're seeing a lot of these bars. These players are comfortable shooting it. And Slack, he's going to find a kill. Rated just being patient, but that's 2 good kills coming out for Luminosity. Now the pinch is coming through, fighting for map control, but Joe trying to stay alive and be annoying, but Slack's going to find him as well. Luminosity knows that they killed everybody, and so the players should be as close to the spawn as possible, and they're going to get another kill. If they can get 2 more, this flag will be getting pulled out. They have the angles. Formal finds another one with the help of JCap as well.
Rated with very good defense though. Fights 2-0, lines them up. JCap should be dead to this world in a second, and is so. Scraps finds him. Scraps finally bringing out the PPSH and Joan Cup. We're going to push down this right-hand side, and it's just been a case of fighting for control here. Red Reserve have had the most of it, but Luminosity are fighting back right now. Zero does have Joe with him down this right-hand side again. Thinking about pushing, but just going to move back. Joe does go down, a couple of kills go down. Actually, Zero needs to try and stay alive here if he can. They are searching for him, so that's enough. The fact that he survives that is enough to slow Luminosity down just that little bit. It hasn't slowed Slack down though, finds one, but Joe answers back there. Zero finds an important kill onto JCap, and that will stop Luminosity's push.
Both these teams recognizing, especially when they get into these power positions on their opponent's side of the map to get these flag caps pulled, both teams have been getting slayed out, and they recognize that, hey, as soon as we get slayed out, now we need to hold the defensive position so that, because they know that the other team is going to be bringing that pressure towards the base. But Luminosity looking to get this 3-0. Let's actually hop on in with the Astro Gaming listening in with Luminosity.
Okay, next guy
I
middle.
spawned left.
Rated top gunner. You might be playing streaks or something. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Could be left.
It could be good. It could be right. Bottom mid, I'm weak to him. Bottom mid, scraps. One could be Gen.
Yo, he's on the wood head. He's on
Outskirt
the
bottom
wood
mid.
head. He's
I
middle.
need help. I got nader back right.
What's
We're
our
gonna pull
front
flag, guys. Gonna pull flag.
Our front gun dead.
Nice. What was the guy else?
Gen came out. Joe, now weak. Bottom mid, now weak.
Up and two.
He is weak to just side.
He's back or right. He's on middle. One's on middle still.
Nice.
Oh, he got me. Middle is coming back out now. Middle.
One shot middle. Absolute.
He went back in middle. He went back in middle.
Oh, I think he's
No, he's in bottom mid. 100%.
I'm going right.
Somewhere here, Cap.
Let's see him right
He could have
side.
went left. Pull top gun.
2 gen, double gen.
Nice.
That was him.
Gen. I hit him once. He's in Gen.
No, low gun rated.
He's still in the right corner. He's in the right corner.
Rated,
Gen.
push up low gun. He's dead. There could be two left. Rated for sure. Let's go win. This guy's 0 or Joe. Right side, 0.
Right.
0 then Joe. John, where are you going? Top gun.
Nice.
Just shining top.
Sit up right. I'm absolute.
I got him right side. One more in the middle.
I want tunnel.
I need the top window. He used middle. One was middle.
Low gun. One low gun on me. One there low gun on me.
Top window still. Nothing top.
Pushing the Oscar.
Low gun weak.
Oscar's dead.
Yeah, middle. One shot dead.
Low gun weak. Low gun pretty weak rated.
Let's push. Let's push.
Go mid.
Back right base.
Back right, low gun.
Back right, one shot.
3 low green. You could probably low green. I think more low green.
Oh, one more gun on me. I know he's Oscar too.
I'll go. Reset.
He went into Gens.
Push up. There's nothing in our base.
6 seconds.
Okay, never mind.
I got native from gun side.
Yeah, I know.
Joe got 3. It was Joe. Got 3.
Okay.
Right there, you just have to pull the real
Hey, yo,
fast.
listen, we're getting kills, but we're not going.
Yeah.
We need to prick up.
Let's go. We're good.
Let's amp it up.
Right there. Right there, fast at that shit. They just got 2 entries. They're trapped in their base. They're worried. Bro, you gotta think they're worried about us
Pull
too.
that bitch back right or straight.
Just dive in that bitch elevator.
I just kept him calm. There might be one more low.
All good.
I know, but you make them shoot at you while you dive in low.
As you can see, a stalemate in the first half of the CTF. Both teams just with great awareness, knowing when to attack, knowing when to defend. And you see, so far, Ton, what can you take from that listening?
I take that, they know that they're getting the kills when they're defending, though. That's the problem. Heard Slack say, we're getting the kills, we're just not getting anything from it, because they're on the back foot so much. That's just due to Red Reserve playing this pretty well. They're getting the kills where they need to and moving as much as they can when they get them. What I do want to point out, though, is that John, so far, not having the best of maps, 8 and 10 out of him. J-Cap's having a poor performance there, picks up 2 on the defense, so Scraps now has to retreat.
All right, so Scraps is going to be patient, knowing that the Luminosity is bringing the pressure for Joe, trying to create an opening, trying to relieve some of that pressure. It's going to be up to him to stop Luminosity from grabbing his flag. He's going to lock eyes with J-Cat. Well, Formo's going to take him out, and Formo's going to recognize that he's just going to have to give up on his flag and play his life. He's going to be able to tag one up, but he's going to go down, and that return will go back in favor of Red Reserve. Now, Luminosity, they still got some good map control, though. They still got Red pressed into their base. They still being annoying, trying to get a few of these kills.
Slack pushing them down the right-hand side, but I'm interested to see what the communication's like on the Red Reserve side. Let's go with an Astro Gaming listen in with Red Reserve.
He's gone left.
I got home mid.
I got left. Dead right. Outside of mid.
I'm in with that.
Nice.
Let's go out.
Push left.
Right. Come in mid, John. 3. Last guy slack.
I'm making it.
Four. Trap him in. He's already up. One more in cap first, too.
I'm playing back left.
Hit our nades. Like a nade back left.
He's not there, Joe.
I'm nading back left.
Nade down.
Nice.
Let's go.
Back right in gens. Come in.
Back left.
Back right. I'm dead. Back right.
Absolute back right.
Pull gun.
Last guy, Joe. He's got me, Joe. You're gone.
Has he gone mid or gens?
He's just...
Mid. Got mid pallets. We're not mid now. Let's gonna be chasing him.
Point mid.
Watch his mid chase. He's gonna be gun chase. Absolutely. Mid. Slack.
Get
our mini.
I got 6.
Slack's in mid. Could be top gun.
Top dead.
Mini. Let me get right.
Could be on the right, yeah, could be.
Mini. Dead.
Mid. Got top.
Man, as you see, Red Reserve getting that first flag cap on the board. And you got Joe, he's on his 7th streak, and he almost about to overlap on his streak, so that means that he's gonna have to use them soon. You don't want to do that, and he's gonna start now trying to see if he can get Red Reserve to rally another flag, and the fighter pilot comes through. They get 1, that's gonna be a 3 wiped off, and they get the 4th as well. And they're gonna have players to be able to grab this one. The question is, which side Luminosity is going to spawn, or they're going to actually be spawning back of their spawn. And folks, this is going to be another flag in the books for Red Reserve. And Joe has not died yet. And he's going to finally die. What was that, a 10 streak?
10 streak out of Joe, 23 and 15. He's been a thorn in the side of Luminosity this whole map. Red Reserve might have just found their CTF form now. 2-0 with a minute and 50 to go. It's not out of the question.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but with Joe having those streaks, I like to think Red Reserve can close this one out.
Yeah, he just used the fighter pilot, still has the glide bomb and the barrage in his back pocket as well. Red Reserve also having some good map control also. And they're just going to keep the pressure on Luminosity. Joe's going to just keep doing what he's been doing these last 2 minutes, and he has some help from Rated. He finds the double, currently on a 2 streak. We'll see what they want to do coming up next.
We can see Red Reserve are posting themselves up in the mid-map here. I like they're doing that. They're waiting on Joe getting back up. They're probably going to get themselves in an advanced position, pin them in, get a round of kills, call streaks. That's probably what they're going to try and do here. If they can't get the kills, they're not too far back. They've got threes in. Joe is still up as well. It wouldn't surprise me if they start calling some things in. They may be thinking about just using them defensively.
Maybe the glide bomb. Try to see if they can get some intel.
They might call it now, though, because they've got a lot more map control.
You know,
he
also,
might just save it defensively, though, to be honest with you.
Also, in this situation, you really don't kind of want to pull out that mountain either. You don't want to slow yourself down. You need all the speed in which you can get. You got number 5. It's going to be JCap looking to get towards the spawn. He's going to have to at least get a flag full, but Rated, he was waiting for him, playing that defensive position. Glide bomb comes through. It's going to find Formal. It's going to be Slack. He's going to be the closest player to the flag of Red Reserve.
Finds 2
he got a double kill, though.
Yeah, he's putting the pressure on.
He spotted a 3rd.
Should be dead in a second. Joe finds them. 30 seconds to go. Luminosity need 2. They need a flag now. They need to be pulling up. Here comes the artillery. That's really going to make things very difficult for Luminosity here. 20 seconds to go, guys.
And now you're going to have Formal start to rotate around. He gets a kill. He gets a double as well. 15 seconds left on the clock. And you just see Red Reserve. They've rallied in the second half of the CTF to get 2 on the board and then come out on top with this Flag Tower CTF and close it out and get their first map on the board. But still, 2-1 to Luminosity, but Red, they're still in it.
Game on.
Trying to force that reverse sweep, trying to force the game 5. They're going to be moving on over towards that Valkyrie Hardpoint. And as you say, that's one of their better maps.
The game is definitely on now. Valkyrie Hardpoint is a good map for Red Reserve. I feel like we see a map number 5 here, Guy. I'm pretty confident.
You're confident?
I'm pretty confident in Red Reserve in that one. But there we go. There's the CTF cobwebs have been brushed off now from Red Reserve. If they can get out this series, they'll be feeling a bit more confident. They'll be feeling a bit more like themselves in that CTF. That was a good map by them. Joe went massive. Typically when Joe plays very, very well and is able to put up the numbers, Red Reserve tend to win. We can do it on Valkyrie Hardpoint, which is coming up next. We very well may see
and
a London Docks map number 5.
Joe played phenomenal in that second half. Those streaks was the catalyst of Red Reserve getting up to that 2, getting both those flag caps and coming out with the win in that map. Now moving on over to this Valk, it's gonna be, like you said, it's gonna be Red Reserve's better maps. On the flip side,
it's
for Luminosity, you know, it comes down to, you know, John and those close range engagements, and he was playing like a lunatic all weekend long, just making sure he gets those engagements, making sure he gets those kills.
He had a slow CTF though. He had a pretty slow CTF, so it'll be interesting to see if he can bring what we've seen from him previously.
He really did.
And to be honest with you, it still is going to be a close game. I just feel like Red Reserve, this is their map pick as well. We see Luminosity just take theirs. I think it was very important for them to do so because I feel like this is definitely a Red Reserve map, but we'll see. Joe, typically negative numbers, but what a performance out of him in that CTF.
Like I said earlier, you know, when it comes down to big tournaments like this, where anything can happen and you making adjustments on a day-by-day basis, take the rest of the stats, throw them out the window. I even take the rest of the stats from the season and throw them out the window just because these players are constantly stepping it up with the pressure on their shoulders and is bringing the best out of them. These stages are big in Nationwide Arena, and it tends to do that to you.
Oh, we got 2 as well.
Yeah, we got 2
we got
big
Bravo.
ones.
We've got, you know what? Doesn't even matter about Alpha. It's all here on Bravo.
It really is. This is the game.
We got the crowd.
This is the game.
Make sure you keep making noise and letting them know over there. This is where it's at.
Woo!
LG versus Red.
We're going into this map 4. I'm ready for it, son. You guys ready in the crowd? You guys ready in the chat as well? Who you guys want to win? Man, you see John getting focused up. See if he can have a better map number 4. But Joe, man, he's firing off in full form. I already know that he's going to be bringing his energy into the next match. Who else do you want to see step it up for Red to make these big plays?
We need to see Scraps have a good game. He had a very, very poor day yesterday, but we know what he can bring. We know he could be one of the most prolific slayers in the game, but he's going up against John. I just think Luminosity, when you look at them from an SMG standpoint, maybe a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
However, I just don't know, man. It just seems as if this is Red's map.
It's anybody's map.
They're very, very strong at this map. I would love to actually know the stat of how this map lays out for them, but obviously feel confident on it. They pick it. They're happy to play it. It's going to be interesting. Formal needs to have a big game as well. We see Rated with the bar on this map plenty of times. Red Reserve sometimes run 4 SMGs on this, though. The pressure is always on. They are very, very fast. They are very, very, very quick on this one, but JCap starts it well. It's going to be Red Reserve, the first points on the board.
All right, and Slack gets a double, JCap gets a double, so Luminosity gets inside this ventilation room, and they're going to start to get set up as well. Formal and John find kills of their own, and that's going to be another wipe in favor of Luminosity. It's looking like they're set up to possibly get all the time in this hill, but you know, Red, they're coming. We'll see if they can break through.
They're going to try and push through. If Red can get this break, it sets them up quite nicely to try and push through. They're going to get 2. Joe finds 2. Formal and Slack going backwards and forwards, and it just ends up with John finding 2 in the end. And he's working on streaks already. Really good stuff by John. That's a big kill by Scraps as well. You really don't want John getting streaks this early on. We can see the wrap round to P2. Luminosity with a pretty decent lead after the first hard point.
All right, about to be moving on over towards Operations Bunker, where Luminosity is going to have a player inside that hill already. Formal knows these players are coming off a spine, but he cannot stop them. Red Reserve gets a great break. Joe gets a double, so now they're going to be set up. Luminosity grouping together, looking to push this hill from several different angles at the same time.
The push. Joe's going to get caught in the middle of nowhere. Red Reserve spawning pretty close, actually, but Zero's going to get caught in the middle of nowhere himself.
He's going to hop in.
Now it's Rated all on his own.
He knows that Rated's in here.
Rated gets a first initial kill because he had from the rest of Red Reserve. JCap now left all alone, gets a pistol kill, but Scraps is there to trade. Zero gets the final kill, but Luminosity spawned here, but with 20 seconds left to go, Zero's going to try his best, but Formal's on his own on the rotation. They are going to take Zero down. They will get the final scrap, but Formal nearly finds the second as well, but 2 players left for Red Reserve. They win the rotation over towards Storage Bunker.
All right. So now, like you said, they won that rotation, but you know, it seems like they don't have the full setup just yet. Luminosity trying to break in from that office side of the map. Oh, Joe! What? With the quick triple.
Give him the 4th as well. Zero cleans it up, but Joe just beaming, kids.
I told
what
you,
the
Joe,
hell?
He's on a 4 streak, currently at 10-6, bringing that same intensity from that CTF on over to this map. Oh, no.
Jesus.
Almost. But Slack, he takes him down. Now Red Reserve is going to have their feet planted on top of Storage Bunker, picking up a few kills surrounding the area as well. Raid's going to get tagged up by that stun. And he's going to fall to JCap.
Joe feeling maybe a little bit too confident taking those sort of gunfights against Formal, but
you want him to have that confidence.
Yeah.
Because these are big moments, and you don't want him to play too timid. You want him to get in Luminosity's face, disrupt their setups, cause some issues. You're going to have to match John's intensity in this match.
JCap manages to get the kill on the Rated, but the break comes in for Red Reserve towards Office. They are going to win that rotation. Formal gets around behind 2
That's
of them.
one.
That's this gunfight. This is now the setup that they need. Look how far away Red Reserve are spawning. It's up to Zero and Scraps to hold this down against 4 members of Luminosity. John finds Zero. Scraps all alone in the office. No paper, no nothing. He goes down. Really good break by Luminosity.
All right, now you see Luminosity set up an office. In the last hard point that we saw, it came down to the final kill. It was a close game, and so far this one is shaping up to be the same ton. You're going to see 3 kills go in favor of Red Reserve. They're currently set up to get a good amount of time in this one. Luminosity spawning towards the top side of the map from that street. They're looking to kind of get down there and break on through, but Red has it set up. Looks like Luminosity is going to have to start rotating on over towards Smokestacks.
Luminosity get pushed all the way back to Smokestacks there. Really good from Red Reserve. They're going to pick up the final 12 points. Zero's going to line them all up, 4 members.
He ran into 4 Luminosity players. Wasn't expecting that one. Joe managed to get 1, but that's it. Scraps. He's in a good spot to find 2. And can't get it done. But Luminosity, they get on through. Gonna have some big engagements towards mid-map. Luminosity getting some good time. Red waiting for everybody to group up together so they can push in and break this hill together. JCap finds one. Rated evens the odds.
No, Jacob's weak, so they're going to challenge that one. Raider takes him down, and here comes the pinch. Zero pushing from the streets. John's going to be there to clean that up. Scraps is there to try and force the issue, and he's going to force the issue. He has Joe with him. Red brick. 30 seconds to go here. J-Cap goes down, and this is a really... And what I'm seeing that I'm loving from Red Reserve, their breaks have worked.
They really have.
Every single time, but they need to work on their holds, because so far, Luminosity's breaks are working pretty well too.
And that's like I said, that was the story in the first hard point. Just both these teams not able to get a good chunk of time off any of these hills. Just keep trading off back and forth, back and forth. And we'll see after we get into we're about to enter our second rotation of hills, about to move on over towards ventilation room, where we're gonna see Red Reserve set up. We'll see if they can get a good hold, but this is usually a scrappy hill anyway. And you see Luminosity break in easily. They're gonna take down Zero as well. And now they're gonna start to set up. We'll see how long they can hold this one before Red gets in and tries to break it.
And now what Red want to do, they want to keep that side of spawn that they have there now. They want to try and keep hold of that if they can. Jacob lines them up though. And if he starts getting some
one more
streaks,
kill,
that makes things difficult. It's not a massive thing. Jacob goes down, big kill by Zero. And the thing is, oh my god, how Scraps won that gunfight. Slack's there to try and answer back. But look at the spawns. Luminosity are spawning up towards operations. They've been quite happy with that. 25 seconds left on ventilation room. Luminosity take the lead.
and yeah, they're gonna still try to get in, because just based off how this series has been, you know how talented your opponent is. You know that they're probably gonna get in and break some of your setups, so you don't want to give up any scrap time. It's almost like this whole entire match, both teams start off with like 200 plus points. It's just been that intense. And so Slack, he's gonna find another kill. Luminosity set up an operations bunker. They're gonna be holding off strong.
Scrap 6 for level. It's almost not able to quite finish it though. Slack is there, just in front of him to try and help him out. We can see number 4, Zero. He's gonna make the push and find Slack. Here we go. They're gonna try and push on the Formal now. 4 members come raining in. Formal lines up 1. He's not gonna get the second. What a break by Red Reserve once again, but John's there. He's trying to disrupt it. He can only do so much. Slack is the last guy alive, but this has been sensational from Red Reserve. Their breaking power has been fantastic, but Slack is there to answer back.
That's the plays you want out of Slack. Now here comes John. They're gonna try to work together. Slack gets a third. Formal's there to help as well. 20 points left in this one. Luminosity pull away the lead, and I think we've probably had 8 lead changes in this game so far.
Is going to get caught with his pants down by Jacob, who's calling in the glide bomb already. He's going to look to get the guy towards the left-hand side, which will be Zero, and they're not going to get anything from that. Okay, that's all right. Red Reserve still behind here. Luminosity choosing to sacrifice the final few points, and they've moved towards the opposite side of the map, which is what they want to do. Zero gets caught again. Formal getting the kills on the radio. This is just reminding me of the first map, Red Reserve, who seemed in control all the way through Docks. Luminosity just started crawling it back, but
Joe wasn't playing like this in the first hard point, though. I can honestly say that one. He's 25 and 21, but winning so many key gunfights for Red Reserve. 35 points left in this hill. Luminosity is going to be in, trying to get the break. Slack gets an entry kill. Can he find another? Formal gets one.
Zero on his own.
Slack gets another one as well. So 23 points left. Red Reserve is going to say, you know what, you guys can have that one. They're going to at least send 3 of their players on over towards office. Here comes the glide bomb. Not going to be able to connect with anybody.
That's going to be Slack. Let's see how close Slack is to actually picking up anything else. Okay, so he's got 2 more streaks.
He is fully streaked out.
And that's all the way. He's been alive since we were in operations, where he got that 2-piece and the 3rd to break it. He's still alive now, 23 and 16. Slack has had so much, he's getting so much slack.
In the first hard point, it was J-Cap who got fully streaked out towards the end of it, which gave them some time and some utility to use to try to kind of pull away with that one. But
here comes the break. Slack takes down J-Cap, not what you want there. Zero challenges, Zero wins the gunfight. Red Reserve, maybe it'll push them out. That's a big kill by Rated, and it pushes them way out. There's a lot of time to play
so far away, so far away. Red should be able to tie this one up before Luminosity can get in the position to break. We'll see how they're going to do so. We're going to stay on board with Formal as he tries to break that one. He gets 1 kill, can't get the second. Slack's going to fall as well. Now you're going to start having these players spawn up towards smokestacks, and you got to ask yourself, do you want to give it up? And you're going to have to, right? You just got to start to set up and see if you can get a good hold on smokestacks, especially when you have those 2 streaks. You got the fighter pilot, you got the barrage. There's so much open sky over this smokestacks hill, where it's looking like Luminosity can probably get one of the first big holds in this game.
They're going to get at least 10 points before Red Reserve get there, so this game is going to be so close.
That's only if they have somebody in the hill.
John.
There you go.
Setting himself up in operations and getting kills. Zero is going to take him down, so Red Reserve are working their way here. Zero finds another. Okay, he's put the artillery on the left-hand side, so Red Reserve has to force through mid.
He's seeing focus mid-map. They're seeing focus mid-map. Red has to try to funnel through this room. Slack's going to find another one. JCap gets zero. The fighter pilot is still in the back pocket of JCap as well. It was looking like Formal, 25 points from the glide bomb, and he gets it. Can he get the barrage as well? So close. The streaks going in favor of Luminosity to try to close this one out. They can win off of this one. Red has to get a break now, and Formal finally falls down, but he does have the glide bomb. The fire pilot is still in play for JCap as well. 15 points needed for Luminosity, and here it comes. Can he get one? He cannot. Actually, Former does get one with the glide bomb. Nobody's close to the hill, but he didn't pick up anybody with the fighter pilot. Now both teams rotating all over the ventilation room. This is going to be a scrappy one, son.
It's going to ventilation. Let's see what Formal can do. He's going to wait on the rest of his team. Scraps behind him. The nervous shots come in. Zero should be able to be traded. He is. John finds another one. Slack running in, and how's he got that? It's going to be up to Scraps to try and save them. Luminosity are only 8 away. Here come the rest of Red Reserve.
5 points needed. Red need to get in and break in. They do! They take down JCap. John gets a kill. They get the last one as well. And Luminosity comes out on top. 3-1 in the series. And the dream